Yeah, so we had a good night, couple drinks, but me, I'm not a heavy drinker. So whenever I get to my limit, it's like, up, I'm done. So I ended up just telling her, hey, whenever you get ready to come upstairs, I'll be upstairs. I went upstairs, and you know, once I went upstairs, I was tired, but I still was like, I gotta stay up a couple more hours just to make sure that she still gets her time with me. So, she came up not too long after me. We were intimate for a while, and I eventually fell asleep, but she didn't want me to go to sleep because she still wanted to be intimate. So that's what made her mad. And when she got mad, she left out of the room. So I didn't pay no attention to it. So I went on to sleep. And once I went to sleep, like I told you, about 10, 15 seconds went by, and something was like, man, you need to get up. And I don't know where it came from. It just something said, get up. So I woke up, and when I woke up, she was standing at the end of the bed with a knife in her hand. So that's what.
What? What?
Yeah.
So
So
you guys was intimate for a portion of it. You fell
yeah.
asleep.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
Then she got upset.
Yeah. She got upset when she seen that me being tired was getting the best of me.
Did she try to
And
talk to you about it? Like, hey, what's up? Come on.
no, she didn't talk. She asked one question. She was just like, "So you're not gonna pleasure me like I pleasure you?" And I was like, "I'm trying to stay woke, but I just can't." And she said, "Okay." So that's before she went downstairs. And when she came back upstairs, she had a knife in her hand. So now I'm fully awake. Like, now I can't go back to sleep. Now it's no going back to sleep. Now we got to figure out what's going on. So I'm trying to talk to her like, hey, put the knife down. We could talk about this. And she just kept asking the same question over and over. So you're not gonna pleasure me like I pleasure you. I'm like, the alcohol has got the best of you right now. Put the knife down before somebody get hurt. And
Was she drunk?
yeah, she was drunk. Yeah.
Oh, she was drunk.
Yeah,
So
she was drunk. So I mean, I was a little intoxicated too, but I wasn't to the point where I couldn't think.
right.
And now that I got a knife in my AO, it's kind of hard for me to even think about being drunk. So I sobered up real quick, and now I'm thinking like, okay, going on. So time go by, and I put my hands out like this, and I'm like, put the knife down so we can talk. And then I walk towards her, and as I was walking towards her, that she stabbed me in the thigh. She stabbed me in the inner thigh. So now I'm like, she's serious. This is not a joke. This is not a game.
This is hold up, hold up. What? Okay, right. She lunged at you with a knife
Yes.
for not having pleased her because you was tired.
Yes.
Mm.
And the alcohol really played a big part in it. To me, that's what I think it was. It played a real big part in it because she doesn't act like this any other time. And that's what kind of threw me off. Because any other time when she know I'm tired, because I done had stab duty before, and she's never ever reacted like this. So the alcohol played a real big part in this situation. And
Did you try to take the knife? Did you try to take the knife from her or?
not at all. Like I say, when I put my hands out to try to talk to her, like, hey, let's sit down, let's talk about it, put the knife down. When I did this and I took one step towards her, not aggressive, not like trying to run at her or anything like that. I just took one step forward. And when I took that step forward, all of my right leg was exposed and she hit me in the thigh. And when she hit me in the inner thigh, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but it still was, it still was a little blood. So I wrapped it up. That's when my military instinct kicked in, and I had to wrap my leg up real quick. And I got out of the room that time. So when I got out of the room that time, I'm thinking of a master plan. Like, how can I get out? Now I got to get out. I know that she's not gonna stop until she either A, gets what she wants, or B, I'm dead. So my son is in a.
What would you think that? Why would you think that she would want to kill you? You said earlier that she's not someone that you thought would be rational. She never exhibited that type of things before. Why do you think that she would want to kill you now?
Because now this knife is in my leg, and now I'm bleeding, so I don't know what she's gonna do now. So now my mind is just like, I'm confused at this point. Like, what am I gonna do now? Like, is she gonna calm down? Or are we gonna be able to talk? It was just a whole bunch of triggering factors that was in my mind. Now I'm like, I don't know what she want. I don't know if she gonna put the knife down. I don't know what she gonna do. I just don't know. So I just didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? Like that's just one of the things that bothered me because I know I can't go back in here and try to go to sleep. I know that I can't try to talk to her because now she's at a point where ain't no talking. Even though I did say that didn't have any triggers, she was one of the types that once she got upset, she didn't want to talk. So,
Ah.
it wasn't a trigger to me because I mean most females are like that. Like I just don't want to be bothered right now. Talk to me later, or I'll come to you when I'm ready to talk. And that's usually how she is.
Could
But in
could you talk like okay, there are situations that you could talk to someone and let them get rational, like you could say something, and they would snap into some kind of rational behavior. Was it any way that you could have say or talk or articulate anything that would get her head back normal? Like, you going crazy, you have a knife, you stab me, hey, we love each other, you my wife, we have kids, your child is in the other room.
I think, and I think I said something along those lines, like, man, we got a whole kid next door. Like, we need to calm down and talk about this. I think I did say something, but it's been so long. All I remember is the facts. You know what I mean? I can't really remember everything that led up, after the first time I was stabbed. So, like, it was just one of those. I don't care what happens at this point. I don't care what happened at this point. I just need to get out. And that's what my mind was, making a game plan to get out of the house. So like I say, my son was in the other room sleep, thinking about him, like, I need to get him out of here too. So
Could you have overpowered her? Because you probably stronger than her. Could you have
I could have tried, but that wasn't on my mind. Like at first when she had the knife, yes, I'm like, well, maybe I can try to get it out of her hand, but I'm like, I'm not gonna try it because I don't know. I just never been the type to advance myself that way towards, because I ain't never been in that situation to where it's a weapon within arm's reach and I'm the one that's the victim in this situation. So I really didn't know what to do. Like, I just was confused. Like, I can't believe it. First of all, I can't believe this is happening to me because
yeah.
I'm paying all the bills. I go to work, I come home, I take care of you, I take care of my son. So why is there any even, what is it that's really pushing you to this point to where now you got a knife at me, to somebody that you said that you're gonna love forever, and now it's like we can't even talk because you're not listening to nothing I'm saying. You just it's just like she blacked out, and like I say, the alcohol had to play a big part in that because she ain't never acted like this before. So that's just one of the things where now I'm learning more about this person because she got a whole side that I didn't know nothing about.
Yeah.
And it's a shocker because it's like, oh, I didn't even know she was like that. You know what I mean? So
You
you
brought up
know,
when you brought up the topic, say, babe, our child is in there. Like, during that process, I'm sure you're thinking, well, if she stab you, then you die, she go to jail. What happened to the child?
that's that. And like we talked about earlier, when you said you had a whole lot of things going on, I had a whole lot of things going on, and that's probably why I didn't react to overpower her because, like I told you, if I lay hands, she lay hands, but I go to the hospital, she's gonna be, I ended up going to the hospital, so she was the one whose story they heard first. Once they heard her story, they was gonna take her story and they was gonna try to pin every charge on me possible.
So you already know the double standard. You already know the double standard.
I'm already knowing how this is gonna play out. I'm already knowing. Like, I'm already in the back of my mind. I'm already thinking. Well, first of all, if the police get called, they automatically gonna assume it's me. Second of all, they automatically gonna assume that I was the aggressor. So everything is gonna be pointed towards me. And that still ended up happening anyway, even though I was laid up almost dead. You know what I mean? So it was just like, even though I had no parts in what was going on, I didn't trigger nobody, I didn't do nothing wrong, I was still classified as the aggressor because of my gender.
Yes.
And that's another thing that I'm trying to stand up against too. I'm trying to advocate about that. It doesn't matter the race, it doesn't matter the gender. It happens to anybody. It's
Yeah.
just that one bad situation where somebody doesn't think rationally. They just black out. And in that situation, I think she just blacked out and she was not thinking until she stabbed me the second time. That's
Oh,
when,
there was a second time. Someone who stabbed somebody one time. Somebody is not a stranger, not somebody that broke into your house. It's someone that you say that you love. You stab them one time, that and you see blood. That's supposed to wake your ass up. That's supposed to make somebody feel like, okay, okay, oh my God, oh my God. Normally,
yes, normally in the situation, normally a person would come to their senses like, oh, what did I just do? Not in this case. Not in this situation at all. So, um, like I say, me plan, me in the midst of planning my escape on how to get out, um, I changed clothes downstairs and I went back upstairs. I had to go back upstairs because my keys and my cell phone was in the room. So I went back upstairs and I was able to get my keys, but she was standing in the corner where our phones would be on the charger at. And when I was like, hey, where my phone at? She turned around, she had my phone wrapped around her hand on the charger, hanging from the charger. So I'm like, now it's really finna get, now I'm thinking like she got my phone, now I ain't got no way out. But I'm asking her like, hey, call the ambulance, like my leg is hurting like real bad. Can you call the ambulance? She's at the point, she said she's not calling nobody. So then she proceeds to the door. She closed the door.
Did she sober up?
No.
At the time, she still wasn't really sober up.
She still was out of her element. So when I walked back in the room, we talked for a minute and then I tried to leave again. She closed the door and she locked it. So now I'm hopping on one leg. I really only have one good leg. So I'm like, are you really trying to go through with this? You know what I'm saying? Is this really what you want to do? So we were talking, and then she asked the question, what's the code to your phone? And before I could get anything out, because I was going to ask her why, and I put my hands up like this. So all this was open, and I didn't have a shirt on. So when I said why, she stabbed me right here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so once that happened, I didn't bleed off the impact. I wasn't bleeding off the impact. So I thought that she may have popped for but she hit me hard. Like, I'm talking like hard. And like 5 or 7 seconds go by, and then I look down again and it's just blood running down, like it's just everywhere. So I'm like, now I'm finna die. Like now it's, I'm just like, what I'm saying? Like I'm just covered in it. And I'm like, what did you do? Like, I'm still confused. Like, I'm not screaming, I'm not crying. Like, and that's the crazy thing about it. Like, my adrenaline was pumping so bad that I didn't feel no pain. I didn't feel nothing. Like, I didn't even feel the knife go through me. And it was a 7-inch blade. Like, it was very, very long. It was long. It was a long blade. And half of the blade went inside me, cut the back of my stomach open, and I didn't even know it. And she pulled it out too. So it wasn't like one of those, boom, is in you. She, boom, and pulled it out. And
that wasn't no alcohol, man.
Right along live. I mean, yeah, it's the real deal.